Hello, everyone. Women are often told that men are simple creatures, driven by straightforward needs and uncomplicated desires. But that belief misses something essential. Men are not simple, especially when it comes to intimacy. For many husbands, intimacy is not just about physical release. It is about connection expressed in the one space where they feel. When intimacy begins to fade, a man usually doesn't experience it as mere sexual rejection. He experiences it as personal rejection. He may not have the language to explain that without sounding needy or overly emotional, so he stays silent. Yet beneath that silence is a deeper fear. Am I still wanted? Am I still chosen? Do I still matter to her? Today, it's important to speak about this with compassion and without shame. Why intimacy matters so deeply to good men, what can go wrong for women, and how to rebuild a connection that feels fulfilling. Many women assume men pursue sex purely because of physical desire. But for most emotionally healthy men, intimacy is emotional first. It is how they bond. It is how they feel secure. It is how they experience reassurance in the relationship. While women often connect emotionally and then feel physical desire, many men connect physically and then feel emotional closeness. Neither approach is wrong. It's simply different. So when a woman withdraws sexually, a man rarely interprets it as she's tired or she's overwhelmed. Instead, he often internalizes it as, she doesn't want me anymore. I'm failing. She's drifting away. He feels shut out from the one place he hoped would feel safe and affirming. For him, intimacy is not about performance, it's about connection. And when that connection turns into obligation or disappears altogether, the relationship can quietly begin to F. What often goes unnoticed is that the emotional walls around intimacy usually form long before the physical distance becomes obvious. Many women begin relationships feeling open, playful, and naturally connected emotionally and physically. At first, intimacy feels effortless and exciting. Over time, however, stress increases. Responsibilities multiply, self-esteem shifts. Past wounds get triggered, emotional exhaustion builds. And slowly, almost invisibly, protective walls. Some women pull away because sex starts to feel like another task on an endless to-do list. Others withdraw because they've internalized the belief that intimacy is primarily for him, not for them. Some shut down because past emotional or physical experiences created subconscious fear around closeness. And many are simply overstimulated, overwhelmed, and mentally exhausted. When desire gets buried under stress, resentment, body image struggles, or unspoken hurt, it doesn't mean something is broken. It. Avoidance, however, silently damages both partners. Saying not tonight without ever addressing the deeper reasons creates distance. The desire itself may still exist, but it becomes buried under fatigue and disconnection. When intimacy becomes something done resentfully or out of duty, it weakens the emotional foundation of the marriage, not because of the act itself, but because of what it represents. A husband can feel the difference between obligation and presence. A wife can feel when she is giving more than she is receiving. And slowly, two people can become lonely in the goal is not to force desire or perform. The goal is to rebuild connection in a way that feels nourishing for both. That begins with an honest, gentle conversation free from blame or guilt. Something as simple as, intimacy matters to me, and I want us to feel close again. I'm not pulling away because I don't love you. I've built walls I didn't even realize were there. When a man hears that kind of vulnerability, his defensiveness softens. The pressure lifts, both partners feel seen. From there, rebuilding often starts outside the bedroom. More eye contact. More affection without expectation, playfulness, shared moments that remind you that you are partners, not just co-parents, roommates, or project managers. Women tend to rediscover desire when they feel safe, appreciated, emotionally connected, mentally supported, and chosen throughout the day. And when intimacy becomes mutual again, when it feels like shared enjoyment instead of duty, both partners thrive. He feels accepted, she feels desired, the marriage regains warmth and vitality. It's also important to acknowledge that physical health plays a role. Hormones shift, energy changes, stress affects circulation and confidence. Performance challenges do not automatically mean attraction or love has disappeared. Often, they simply signal that the body needs support. When physical health improves, confidence returns. When confidence returns, presence does. One of the biggest myths is that desire should always be spontaneous if love is real. Especially for women, that isn't how desire works. Female desire is often responsive. It awakens when she feels safe, relaxed, emotionally connected, and valued. If her nervous system is constantly in survival mode, desire will shut down. That's not failure. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" a more empowering question is, "What do I need to feel open again?" The answer might be rest, emotional reassurance, playfulness, novelty, healing old wounds, or simply permission to mat. For many men, intimacy is where they feel most chosen and masculine. When that space disappears, they may withdraw, grow irritable, or question their worth, not because they are weak, but because they were never taught how to express vulnerability. Understanding this does not mean anyone owes sex. It means recognizing the emotional weight intimacy carries for him, just as emotional safety carries weight. Rebuilding intimacy starts with curiosity instead of assumptions. With asking, "How do you feel?" and being willing to truly listen. With replacing "who's right" with "how do we make this work for both of?" Healthy, mature intimacy is not about obligation. It is about two people choosing each other again and again. It evolves with age and life stages. What felt spontaneous at 25 may require intention at 40. That doesn't mean something is wrong, it means the relationship is growing. You are not broken for feeling disconnected. He is not shallow for wanting closeness through touch. You are simply two people speaking different emotional languages, trying to feel loved in the same way. When intimacy is no longer seen as a problem to fix, but as a bridge to build, everything shifts. At its core, intimacy is not just about sex. It is about being seen, feeling safe, and allowing vulnerability. And when intimacy is rebuilt from that place, it doesn't just restore the bedroom it race.